Hi, Tribe. This is your tarot reading for the week. We're starting out with the Strength card and the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is about stability, of creating roots, of feeling secure, especially financially, but it could also overflow into other aspects. Emotionally secure, feeling certainty in how you're moving forward in your projects. And it's coupled with the Strength card. And the Strength card is the balance between the female and the male, as depicted by the young maiden, beautiful maiden that can tame the aggression of the lion. And so it's not only talking about balance between the masculine and female energies within yourself, but it's asking you to use the feminine, more docile or gentle aspects of how you could be in life to show your strength. So sometimes we need to push back. Sometimes we need to speak our truth. And we could say it in a very aggressive and volatile way that could trigger others. And it's asking you here to take a moment and to deliver your messages and stand up for yourself, but in a very gentle, compassionate, and kind way. These two things are very important. The gentleness and the idea of finally achieving that stability in all aspects of our life. So the Knight of Cups, it's about an emotional offer, and it's followed by the Ten of Swords. So for me, it's kind of telling me there might be some caution on your part. Keeping our heart open is really important. But the caution is that not everybody who's delivering a message or making an offer understands themselves. Like sometimes you have to realize that not everybody's coming from the best place within themselves when they're making an offer. Sometimes we really need to look at it. The King of Swords and the Page of Cups backwards, it's saying that even though it comes, this offer that's coming, and it doesn't have to be an intimate offer, or doesn't have to be an offer of love. It could be anything related to something that you're emotional about, that it could be deceiving. It might not be everything that you're expecting. And to use your discernment, the King of Swords is really able to sit back, take stock, take all the experiences he's had in life and make very clear decisions. So it's about discernment and telling you that not everything is as it seems. And it's asking you to use your strength, right? To listen to your intuition and listen to what that still small voice is trying to say to you, and step forward with decisiveness, but with gentleness. Then the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups comes back up together. The Queen of Pentacles is about, the beautiful, she's kind of like an empress kind of energy where everything is overflowing, there's beauty. The King of Cups is about emotional sovereignty, is especially the fact that it's the male aspect that's sovereign. It's really, again, bringing to light that beautiful balance between the female and the male energy. The Knight of Wands, coupled with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, is telling me that there is this need to really align body, mind, and spirit, to use everything you know to keep everything within you in harmony, because that's how we're going to manifest. We manifest from harmony, and we manifest from the higher realms. We don't do it from the lower parts. So if you're not being discerning about who's coming into your life and what they're saying and what their real intent is, we might be losing the currency that we have to manifest. So it's very important that you keep everything in balance, to be discerning and to be cautious. I mean, we need to be cautious. So here we are, we have the Nine of Wands. Again, it's telling you, don't go into battle. Don't fight anybody. But still be somewhat guarded, but not guarded in the sense that your heart is not open. Just guarded and really looking with the Hermit. Really looking at people with the Hermit, looking at situations with the Hermit, looking at all of these creative partnerships that are coming in with the Two of Wands. And use your Ace of Swords to make decisions that are based on wisdom from experience and your intuition that you've been able to develop over the years of all the experiences you had. So the Emperor, when I see the Emperor here, I feel that this brings up things that are structures. Anything that's structured in your life, there might be some changes. This could be about home, property. If you're working for a company and you've been, not happy there, if things have not been moving forward in a certain way, or if you've had this sense that maybe you're not happy, something's going to happen. Like Providence is going to enter with the Wheel of Fortune, and it's going to help propel you to your destiny. And when this happens, so for instance, let's say that you're not happy in a job, but you don't have the courage to move forward because you're thinking about all the logical things like, bills and stability. Well, the universe is going to step in and make sure that you get on the right path. But this might create some of the stress that you see with the Nine of Swords. But it's also with the Six of Cups is telling you that it's something that you've already you have a hand in manifesting it, even though you're not aware of it. It's part of your path, and it's something that is it's something that's going to, at the end, feel like a gift. It's going to feel like a gift. There's a little boy giving this little girl a flower. So this is something that's a long time coming, that maybe you haven't been able to make the right decisions to move forward. And Providence was going to enter and help you make those decisions, or create the third force for you to move forward. And the Hierophant is all about lessons. We're teachers, and we're also students, and everything that's going to happen, that what's coming up is going to help us learn to hone those skills of intuition, of realizing that it's, at the end of the day, I feel whenever I find myself at a crossroads, and we always know when we're on them because they feel so familiar, because we tend to repeat our lessons until we actually learn them, and then we can move forward. We're at a phase, I think, tribal, but universally, or on the world stage, where it's time for us to stop arriving at the crossroads and making the same choices. We need to arrive at the crossroads and start making choices based on our wisdom, based on our intuition, based on our heart, because there's where all everything's going to get balanced with the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a gift of money, but it's also a balancing or return to balance. So it's asking you to learn your lessons, use discernment, stay balanced. Don't let anyone throw you off your path. Don't let anyone trigger you. And if they do, use it as a way of understanding what it is that is still left to work on. Because if we're still getting triggered, there's something still there that we haven't learned. And from the Jhana cards, I pulled out innocence. I'm going to read it. You're being asked to cultivate simplicity, honesty, and purity in your life. Now is not the time to be cynical. So that's really interesting, because even though I'm saying all of this, I'm not saying that it's from a point of view of being cynical or suspicious. It's just that there is something telling you the truth. There's something that is a part of us that knows what's really underneath, what the motivations are, and we need to listen to that. Let me see if I can read this, because it's like a little blurry. You do not need to know or have all the answers. Allow yourself to feel a childlike state of exploration and wonder. Be curious. So I think that that's a beautiful message. That's a beautiful message. And then for my goddess, again, it's highlighting the possibility of some things coming up that might be anxious. You have the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. These are all anxiety cards. These are cards that that is highlighting that we might be experiencing something coming around the corner that it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to make us not feel safe. We're going to feel unsafe. We're going to feel fear and probably a certain degree of not being able to move forward, that feeling of not being able to move forward, but it's telling you to use the High Priestess. The High Priestess has a lot of wisdom and has intuitive powers. And it's also going to be very important with the 7 of Wands to take a stand. Again, you're going to... It's the same thing. It's like this idea of people presenting themselves to you to make an offer. You have an intuition that is not quite right, that there's something underneath that is not obvious. And it's telling you to take a stand, like really listen to that. And again, the Hermit came out. So you have a High Priestess and the Hermit, which is telling you to trust your intuition, trust your wisdom. And tradition for me in this reading is going back to the idea of crossroads, that we've been in these places before. We've experienced what happens when we make certain decisions, and it's telling you to trust that wisdom that you to reflect on the past and see where what decisions you've made, and try to choose differently, try to choose from a place of knowing that maybe there's a part of you that wants to make the same right turn, but it's asking you to go straight, to go on a different path. And then we have the 5 of Coins, the 5 of Pentacles. This is telling you to watch, and the 2 of Pentacles. This is about watching your money, making sure that you're making good choices in terms of how you're spending your money. Maybe this is also related to relationships. Somehow the Lover's card came out with these 2 cards, so I feel like it has issues or conversations or situations might be coming up with intimate partners about money, a sense of not feeling there's enough, or a need to make sure that you're spending within your means. And it specifically is going to come up with in terms of intimate partners. It could be someone you're married to. It could be someone you're living with. But this is going to come up, and I think the most important thing to do is just to, again, use your wisdom, what you've learned, and spend wisely. And then we got the Strength card again, so it's reassuring you that you have the strength and the courage to face all the things that are coming, to use finesse again, and watch. We have the Nine of Cups, which is relationship bliss. So even though there could be a few frogs showing up at your doorstep, there's definitely going to be some princesses. So yeah, stay alert. Trust yourself. That's the most important thing, is to trust yourself and listen to your highest part. It knows, it actually knows what's real and what's not real. Okay, tribe. Love you guys.